So we have a problem in crypto right now, and it's one that has been ongoing for quite some time, and it will eventually end. But this big problem that we're having right now is that a lot of people have PTSD, and they've been burned by a lot of these times that the market has been ready to break out, and they are just so fearful of what comes next. And I want to talk about that in this video with you guys, but I actually decided to come out here to the backfield and check out the cows and the water. And actually, this is part of the problem. This is part of the problem, is that people are acting more like cows than they are like bulls. Guys, right now is a time that we should be incredibly bullish in the crypto market. And why I'm saying that is we have to think about this embrace that is happening in crypto from institutions, from governments, from enterprises, and frankly, the embrace that will in fact be coming for retail. Now, the big thing I will say, and that I've said many times in this cycle so far, especially as of late, is, we haven't been able to get to a point where the market has been able to make more significant extended moves to bring in adoption. And part of the reason that's been taking place is because people are so fearful. They're so fearful of messing up, right? Now, we had this same problem back in 2024. And it was a problem that lasted a very, very long period of time. And the time that we were finally able to escape this is when we had enough excitement from the market to create significant breakouts. And that took all the way until November. Do I think that's going to take until November this year? No, I don't think that's the case at all. But if you guys remember, it took us getting to a point where the market was almost stagnant for months and months and months, and we weren't making any significant extended moves for everybody to realize, hey, this is a huge opportunity zone. I shouldn't be as fearful, and this is where I should be accumulating. Now, the good news is that we have been seeing big accumulation across the crypto market. We have been seeing people round out their positions, but it's about tipping in that last bit of money to cause the breakouts to happen. So I don't know if anybody has noticed or not, but we have had major stablecoin minting at this time. Capital inflows to exchanges have been incredibly high, much higher than they were in prior months. So the money is telling us right now that this is frankly a big opportunity zone in the crypto market. Doesn't necessarily mean that these are the lowest prices we're going to see. Maybe we see a drop or another shakeout. I see people joke. They say, oh yeah, the 31st shakeout. And yeah, there are tons of shakeouts in this market cycle. And now that institutional money and big money in the space has realized that they can manipulate retail's emotions, they're doing it more often because of low volume. It is in fact more obvious than ever. But here's the thing. There is a lot of things that could be positive this summer for the crypto market. And like I've talked about in other videos, I think we're going to have an explosive summer. I do not think this is like 2024. I don't think we're going to be stuck in just the blah times, because there are a lot of things that are changing. We're accelerating towards interest rate decreases. We're getting out of quantitative tightening. If you guys remember a few months ago, they lowered the rate at which they were doing quantitative tightening. So these are all important steps that are being made. Inflation is flattening out. Yes, there's still a lot of noise surrounding tariffs, but that's starting to quiet down to an extent here as well. It's more and more isolated in that stance, but we're getting to better times overall. I don't think people realize or remember how terrible things were back in 2024. But what things are looking like in the crypto market right now is a lot of money has been moved and positioned for this next rally in crypto. And it's just a question of, when does it take off? Does it happen here in June? Does it wait till July? All right. I think that we're very close to another leg in the crypto market. And it's a question of, is it that leg that causes adoption to take place, or is it something that brings us to a higher floor once again? That we just have to be patient and watch and wait for. But what I will say is people need to remember one thing here as well. And that is that crypto is a long-term game. It's not about, get rich quick. This isn't a moonshot, right? Yeah, sure, there are some coins that may in fact do that, do a 20x, 50x, 100x, and might be able to retire a lot sooner than you realize. But for the most part, we're going through a pretty big change in the crypto market, and that is towards big embrace, big utilization of blockchain tech, and the market is going to look completely different at that point. But yes, this PTSD is a big problem. As long as PTSD sticks around, it's going to be very difficult for us to make moves up. But sometimes all you need is just enough of a push to crush the bears, liquidate some shorts, and the market might be off and running once again. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.